Hi, welcome back to the radio podcast. My name's Austin, and I'm joined by a very special co-host today, Daniel.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Jeff and Devin out on assignment
Out on assignment.
to the Big Apple.
To the Big Apple.
Where they
New
ain't got-
York City.
They ain't got no picante there. They're moving here. So
I'm moving here.
yeah, they're on the road right now. So hopefully they're back next week. We still have some logistics to figure out, but it'll be okay. Today, we're recording a couple days early, so today was the Austrian Grand Prix.
It's like Australia, but right side up.
No, it's not at all like Australia. It's over there by Germany.
Yeah, it's right side up.
It's not at all like Australia. But before that, you know that Red Bull driver that Devin's been bitching about?
Who? That Daniel guy?
No, not Pierre Gasly. That Daniel Ticktum guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He got dropped.
He got dropped.
Yeah. I don't know who is replacing him, but Devin got his way, and that dude's out.
He's out.
Speaking of Pierre Gasly, I think his days are numbered because that's all the news is talking about.
He's doing real bad. I saw the article where Helmut Marko was complaining and saying how Gasly doesn't need to tell Adrian Newey how to build a car.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. And
No.
Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen do just fine
Yeah.
in that car. So I don't know what the problem is. But do you have the qualifying results pulled up for Austria? So I didn't have time to watch qualifying, and neither did you.
No,
We had other real-life race car things to do. So
we did.
will you go ahead and run those down? Run me down the top 10.
The top 10. The list I have is before Lewis Hamilton's penalty, but it was Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Bottas, Magnussen, Norris, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Gasly, and Vettel rounding out the 10. And then Hamilton dropped 3 places for impeding Kimi.
And I think that I think Kevin Magnussen started from the pit lane.
Yeah, he had a gearbox swap.
Yeah, so that put Lando Norris starting P5. That dude's killing it.
Good on that dude. I love that dude.
McLaren is out there killing it, and I really like Lando. So
he's got a good internet presence.
he's doing phenomenal, and he does have a very good social media presence. It's not quite as good as Jordan Taylor, but he's a Formula One driver. Lando is, so it's impressive that he's able to communicate on the internet the way that he does. So let's go ahead and run down this race.
All right.
At the very start, Max has a terrible start. Goes into anti-stall and drops down to P9. Not the best start, especially when you're hoping that the guy's going to do well in the race, maybe win it 2 years in a row. Lando gets past Hamilton very briefly at the beginning of the race, is kind of tangling with him a little bit, and then Kimi gets by Lando. So it was a great start. It was clean. Nobody running into each other, nothing like that. Very, very good, because Austria has been known to be a shit show in the past. So
Yeah.
lap 4, Seb gets by Lando. It's a really good fight. Lando eventually just concedes it because he can't compete with a Ferrari. Not yet, at least. Lap 7, Max Verstappen is pushing through the field. Like, coming back from P9, he's already back up to Lando Norris, who's in P6, and gets by him. Makes that pass pretty cleanly. Then lap 9, Verstappen by Kimi. And lap 14, Lando and Kimi start going at it. And Lando gets by Kimi Raikkonen. And then lap 22, Bottas pits. Vettel follows him down pit lane It's like a strategy call.
Yeah.
But Ferrari was not ready. They did not have the tires out. So Sebastian Vettel's pit stop ends up being 6.1 seconds, which is about twice what you want it to be.
Right.
And that puts him back out in traffic even. So tough deal there for Vettel to go through. Lap 30, Hamilton has been on the radio asking about his front wing, saying that he thinks that there's some kind of there's some washout happening where he's understeering into the corners. He doesn't have enough downforce on the front end. So they pit him on lap 30 and they change out his front wing as well.
Okay.
Which sucks because
that's a slow pit stop.
That's an 11-second pit stop, I believe. And then jumping forward quite a bit, lap 50, Verstappen gets by Vettel for P3. So Verstappen is up from P9 to P3. He's on the podium.
Yeah, he's charging through
He's
the pack.
charging. Lap 56, Verstappen comes on the radio and talks to the team. He's quote-unquote losing power, but passes Bottas for P2. So the dude's now from P9 to P2 in 56 laps.
Well, Mercedes was having overheating issues, correct?
Yes, they opened up the bodywork as much as they could. It is very hot. I think it's one of the hottest days to have this Grand Prix in Austria in recent memory. So Mercedes is struggling quite a bit with cooling issues. So, because they're kind of nowhere to be found this weekend, which is weird considering the season. But, yeah, I guess they didn't simulate correctly for this type of heat. So, lap 68, Max Verstappen and Leclerc begin battling. It's very, very close racing. This is for P1.
Yes.
And very, very good racing, giving each other room, but at the same time, not conceding the place. And then lap 69 at turn 3, Verstappen goes to the inside and ends up pushing Leclerc off to make the pass.
And they bump.
They do. They hit twice. And this is the Max Verstappen that I know.
Yeah, he's very aggressive.
And I don't like that type of racing. Especially because Leclerc had been giving him the respect and the space before that point. So make the pass clean, especially when you've kind of hard charged through the pack for the whole race and you still had 2 to 3 laps to go.
Yeah. Towards the end, they were talking about Max's tires. He was still on the mediums. Mm-hmm. And he was lapping a lot faster than Seb, who was on. They pit him for the softs.
Yep.
And so they were pretty impressed by that.
Yeah. Max makes the pass, and it wasn't clean, but he got it done.
Yep.
And so Max Verstappen finishes the race in P1. The stewards did investigate that incident, and it had gone on up until about an hour ago here, and it's 4:30 p.m. here, so it's been a few hours.
Yeah.
More than a few hours.
And no further action.
No further action. So some weird inconsistencies with the stewards, but I think that they made the right call. As much as I didn't like that pass, let's not change the results of the race again so soon. Good on Max Verstappen. P2, Charles Leclerc. P3, Valtteri Bottas. P4, Sebastian Vettel, who ended up getting by Hamilton there towards the end of the race. And on lap 71, where he's coming around the final turn, goes way off and kicks up a bunch of dirt.
Yeah. All these, the top 5 shakeups happened in the last 3 laps of the race.
Yeah. This was a brilliant race. It was very, very good. The best race of the year.
Yes.
By a lot.
Yeah. It wasn't a parade, so that's good.
Yeah, it wasn't another Mercedes 1-2. It is Honda's first victory since Hungary in 2006.
Yeah.
So good on them. Also, they sent a Honda rep up onto the podium to get the constructors champion, or not the constructors trophy.
Yeah.
And he didn't stand where he was supposed to, got up there late, and was super awkward the whole time.
I saw a clip. Some of the Honda people were crying in the pits. Like,
Really?
yeah. You see the Japanese businessman just with like tears rolling down his face.
Good for them.
Good for them. Tears of joy.
Maybe Honda will be good.
Maybe Honda will be good.
So that's good. Your driver of the day,
Robert
Kubica.
Kubica. He also won the DHL Fastest Pit Stop Award.
Oh, well, Williams always has good.
2.02 seconds.
That's a really good.
Yeah. The next was Max with 2.09.
Yeah.
So doing a good pit stop gets you driver of the day, even though you get lapped by your teammate.
The commentators had made mention of, like, maybe it'll be Charles Leclerc, maybe it'll be Max Verstappen. And usually at the end of the race, they show who the driver of the day is. They didn't show it on the broadcast. No mention of it anywhere.
I tried looking at, they'll show the percentages too. I couldn't find the percentages.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to avoid.
They're trying to keep that covered up. But that's just the internet fucking with him at this point. Dude got lapped by his teammate.
It couldn't have been a better race to, just fuck with people. It couldn't have been a better race because so many better drivers.
Yeah. Robert Kubica really fucking up. Really bad. It seems to be a regular thing for him to be lapped by his teammate. The only other person who's getting lapped by his teammate is Pierre Gasly.
Yep.
And we know that he's on the outs. So
I think I saw a stat. It was like China 2012 was the last time the race leader lapped their sister car.
That's really sad. That sucks.
I mean, you don't want your sister car to be lapped by,
It's the same equipment.
Yeah. You don't want them to be lapped. If someone's race leader, you don't want the race leader to lap the other
I
one.
think Robert Kubica's gone. Maybe it'll be this year. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, that was Austria. It was a very good race. I did a very poor job of running it down, and I apologize for that.
We had a busy weekend.
Yeah, we did.
We had a busy weekend.
So yesterday, you and I went down to Hallett Motor Racing Circuit in Hallett, Oklahoma.
Jennings, Oklahoma.
Please, sir. I believe it's Hallett.
It's Jennings.
Whatever. They're both little tiny small shithole towns with not even a fast food restaurant in them.
Nope.
So, yeah, we drove out there. The SCCA mid-div time trials is going on.
We saw some cool stuff.
Got to see like a golf liveried classic Mustang, like first gen Mustang.
It was fantastic.
It was so sick. There was like a third gen Camaro out there that was the fucking fastest thing out there.
The third gen Camaro was the sickest thing ever.
We got to
a Brappy boy.
Oh, there was one very brappy RX-7 out there.
Very brappy RX-7.
It was like an FB RX-7. Man, there were some cool cars out there. A bunch of Formula cars.
Yep.
And a bunch of people from up north who were doing the mid-div stuff. Robbie's Beer Out from 10 Tenths.
Shout out to Robbie.
Dalton Klein, a bunch of other guys from up in that part of the country came down to run at Hallett. Got to meet all those guys, hang out with them for a little bit. Yeah, it was a good time.
It was.
Fucking hot.
Hot, yeah. Their Turbo Miata caught fire because it was too hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were, I saw at least 3 cars get towed off from overheating.
I mean, when we got back in the car to leave, the car said that it was like 105 degrees. So
yeah, it was
warm. Uncomfortably warm. So, I mean, we only hung out until about lunchtime because I was not going to run the Corvette at a TT when I have no like HPDE experience. Like, I think I need to go through that car first.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a whole lot of fun. And then we did a bunch of like wrenching today, which is never a good time.
No, it was a daily driver wrenching on my truck, not a project car wrenching. Lots of curse words, lots of
listen. So check this out, right?
PB blaster in the eye.
so check this out. I'm just cruising through this project. Daniel's over there, like, kind of cruising through the project. Everything is going very well.
Yep.
Very, very, very well. Anybody who works on cars knows, hey, if something doesn't go wrong, it's a good day.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That came up in a conversation. Somebody said it was going very smoothly, and I said, hold up, my checking account and my savings account are split. And shortly after...
fucking Hulk hands over here.
You just tighten the bolts.
You just tighten the piss out of the bolts until you just physically can't turn it anymore.
They either stop tightening or they snap. One of those two happen.
Yeah, Daniel over here snaps a fucking shock absorber bolt off in the control arm.
Yep.
Jesus, man. Snug plus a quarter turn.
It kept going.
So, yeah, we spent probably as much time tearing the car apart and putting it back together as we did just fucking with that one bolt.
Yep.
But, yeah, I got that put back together. So...
My truck's not a bouncy boy anymore.
Yeah, that front end is still pretty loose.
Yep.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
I didn't believe you at first,
No.
but
Yeah.
I've now driven it, and
It's a little...
you gotta put so much steering input into it to get it to turn. Like an alarming amount of steering input as you're moving.
Yeah. Got a rack on the way, so
It's gonna work out.
it'll work out.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's been a busy weekend.
It has been.
Not really a whole lot to mention about our track experience.
No, we just watched people, found different places in the track, just watched different things, helped push a guy in a Miata.
I am looking forward to spending a lot more time up there.
Yeah. It was a nice track.
It's a nice place. It's only about an hour and a half away, which is totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go back, but to drive
Yeah.
when it's not 100 degrees.
No. Drive it, October, September.
Yeah, I think September, October before I go to Hallett.
Yeah.
Unless we just have some, like, below seasonal average temperatures.
Right.
But you can't just hot lap the car out there either.
No.
So, but yeah, I think that's all we have for this week. Devin wants to mention, holy shit, one hell of a race from Max Verstappen.
Yep, Max did. He did very good.
I am very disappointed that Devin was not here.
Yeah, because Max is his dude.
Yeah.
Max is his dude.
Of all the episodes for him to miss, his words.
Yep. With a upside down smiley face emoji.
Yeah, Max fucking killed it today. That's what Devin wanted to add.
Yep.
And I think we'll close out on that.
All right.
So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.